Wowwy'z Workshop.
There you are. Welcome back to Wowwy'z Workshop, folks. Brought to you by Two Brothers, One Vision. And I'm just out here doing some cleanup and little cleanup around here and looking around at stuff and making plans for the next WYP Wednesdays. Wowwy'z Workshop. And thinking of different things that we could feature and show and tidying up. And I'm just having a little break here with a puff of my special tobacco for my pain. And thought, hey, let's have a creation station conversation. Just fun with you guys. Yeah, little creation station conversation about these things that I found. And I think you guys might dig it. Well, I'll just get right to her, and then we'll switch the camera around so you can see better. But I found some very early pieces that I started working on the female face. And now this one here, you see this spot here, that was a knot. And then, well, I'll tell you about, but I had to make her breast area with epoxy. It's kind of like a fertility totem or wand or something. I don't know, but we got to talk about that. And then another one of my female face projects. This one I really like. As you can see, I'm working on the lips. I gotta get the lips better, but I'm really happy with her features and the profile and whatnot. You know, working with the wood I have. And then this spirals all the way down. And I'm going to have a crystal coming from the bottom, and we're going to electroform that in with real copper. And that's going to be on upcoming projects. So let's switch around so you guys can look at better, and then, yeah, just talk about it. Talk about what I'm thinking, why I stopped working on them. You know, I ran into that procrastination wall. Didn't have my round to it on me. Okay. And we got baby Vader in the house. He's rocking over there with his Jedi holocron.
I am not.
I'm sorry, man. I just say that because you're just a bit smaller than the...
I may be small, but I have the power.
I know the dark side. There's a little message to myself. Very early wood spirit, Copper King, that my brother and I are collaborating on. I was just burning some incense in this special lantern I have out here. But this lantern is going in the Hall of Creation soon. It's too special to be out here by itself. And I was doing new stickers on my special board here. Empire Tattoo, that's where I got my sleeve and my wings on my back. This is my Someone's Wansome poster. That really means a lot to me. Don't Stop Believing. That's for my very, very special family member, Kale. That's his blob, his art. Frog around and find out. Be a lighthouse, Two Brothers, One Vision. Create with us. That's Métis Art Supplies. Our very close friends. And there's a Sasquatch. And yeah, this I just started putting special stickers on that. And then of course I got my stickers over here. And here we go. So, yeah, I could just put you right on the overhead down, but sometimes it's just a little bit cozier when it's like this. I really hope that's okay. So, we got LaRue. LaRue's on board too. Much appreciated, LaRue. We appreciate all the music that you bring to our videos. And you see LaRue being an owl and all, he knows things. And he knows that music heals and sound is the missing link. That's what he represents. Wisdom, true wisdom. So yeah, I'm cleaning up, and then I found a little pocket in the WYP Wednesday live stream. I was talking about beach glass. And Two Brothers, One Vision, our love obsession with beach glass. And I was telling a couple folks who didn't know what beach glass was on the live stream. So these ones here, these brown ones, that's like old, the very, very, really, really old beer bottles. And then the green is the pop. And then anything frosty and blue, like that's white, but it's got a soft blue frost to it. And then this is a type of blue. But there's also a darker cobalt blue that we really love. So yeah, that's just, well, we got bins and bins of that stuff. And then, oh yeah, that was a nice, this really, really nice antler that I came across. Tidying up this point. See, it was out set up in like as decor, and then the freaking rats got gnawing on it. Those little buggers. So, as far as the carvings here, my old works in progress. You see here? Now you see in the chin down there, it punched through because that's hollow. It's a knot. That's a knot hole in itself with a rock. This is driftwood. And that hole goes all the way in really, really deep, right to where her face is. So that's why I couldn't go in deep. And that's why that are, if you look at it like this, how flat it is, the cheeks, once I punched in through her chin there, it was like all stop. It freaked me out. And I really like this carve. I do. And even if if it's flat that way, she's a wood spirit, she's an ent, or not an ent, but a dryad, a female wood spirit. And they don't, there is no book to go by on how these things are supposed to look. This is fantasy. So, like this one I started working on first. Frick, I'm sorry about that. I try so hard to do the good camera without bumping you. It makes my wife car sick. So this one was the first one I started. And I really like, it's like I just love, it's like a crown. And I started to carve in her breasts, and that's what got me thinking about doing it on this one, because this one had like a lump on one side, but not on the other. A bump, like for a boob bump. And then this I carved, it was just one long piece, and so I carved the spiral line. And then this is right when I very first started getting maybe this might help a bit. When I first got my razor tip, so these lines here, those finer lines that aren't sank in at all, that's just with the razor tip with a sharp blade on the wood burner. And by the time I had done the bottom, that thing was bright orange and bent right in half. I ruined it, a brand new pen. So I'm just learning, right? When I did that, it was one of the first times I used my razor tip. So I may go in there and just like actually physically carve all those lines in like I did these ones. So it's in actually carved in and not just that black wood burning. But that was my goal, is to make it look really, really twisty and old. And so on the end there, I'm going to carve with the kutzall tapers, and I'm going to carve in there so I can slide the gem in. And then with epoxy sculpt, I will mold it in and round it and stuff. And I may even like continue the lines from this into the epoxy sculpt so it looks like it's all. And then I'm going to electroform that. It'll be suspended into a jar of acid with everything set up for the electroforming, and that area down there will become encased in copper. So let's look at this little lady. So the boobs there, I can't remember which side. I think this side had a partial boob, and then I made the other one, and then I'm trying to balance them, right? Like, and this part is kind of what made me stop, is because I was afraid that if the boobs are too big, like, people will give you a backlash for all sorts of stuff. And I'm just trying to make it look magical and like a magical feminine wand or fertility or something, right? I'm just trying to make magic with it. So I need you guys' opinions. Like, does that look okay? Should they become smaller? Is this too much? Because it's like in her, you know what, area, but it's what the wood, I'm just going with the wood, right? So I'd just like to know you guys' thoughts. There is no YouTube without y'all. And this is what I made it with. PC Woody. And it's 2 parts. And I guess it's the same kind of thing as epoxy sculpt, but this is for wood. And meant to look like a light shade of wood. So that's why I went with that. The epoxy sculpt would have been gray. So with the blowout on her chin and everything, what I'm going to end up doing is trying to hide all of that, light epoxy with a blend of paints, of acrylic paints, matte. And I'll try and hide those spots and make it look like it's all gray and shades of gray and brown and stuff. And we'll see. We'll see. And then maybe she should have something at the end too. What do you guys think? I just want to know what you guys' thoughts are on that. I don't do many female faces. I am insecure about it. So I'm going to cut myself off there before I babble any longer. Thank you guys for watching and having a little Creation Station conversations. Much love to all of you. See you soon. And today we're just out here and doing a little tidying up, and I thought, hey, what better time for a